welcome back to the UADebateSeries podcast, No Need to Argue. My name's Elise.
And I'm Nicole.
And we are here with Ted. He's going to tell us a lot about the Regents Cup happening this weekend.
Hi. I'm still trying to get my voice back from last weekend, so apologies for how my voice sounds. Hi ladies, how you doing?
Hi, good, how are you?
I'm feeling great, yeah.
Okay, so Ted, our first question for you today is, how did Regents Cup start? Like, what was the beginning story?
So first of all, so just in case anyone doesn't know, what Regents Cup is the statewide Arizona tournament. So we have ASU and NAU and U of A, and we have a basically weekend-long speech and debate tournament where there are a whole bunch of different rounds of debate topics and a kind of a bracket, very March Madness-like.
Mm-hmm.
And then we also have storytelling where people give a 10-minute long speech. And we have judges who are coming from all over the place. We have state senators, we have state Supreme Court justices who are coming in to try and determine who the winner ends up being. So this started in 2018. It was roughly around the same time that the UADebateSeries began. And luckily, the Board of Regents had sort of found out about the debate series and reached out to myself and Diana Leonard to ask if we could try and put together kind of a format for the whole entire thing. And so what we do at the debate series all the time, our Oxford-style debates, is very much sort of like where that model started for the Regents Cup. So it's started around then. We've been doing it every single year since then. The U of A, Go Wildcats, has won the past 2 years.
Yay.
So it's been about half a decade at this point, which is crazy to
That's
say.
awesome. Well, that's super exciting. Well, good luck to everyone.
Yeah.
I would say, Ted, since you're a coach for the Regents Cup, what is like the hardest obstacle you guys have had to face throughout this practicing for the Regents Cup?
Oh man, this year or ever?
Whatever. Like, I would just say, like, overall, like, your biggest obstacle.
Yeah, well, the second year we did it was when COVID hit, so that was really weird because we all of a sudden had to switch the whole entire thing online. So that was definitely tough. I think this year it's we've had some sort of team changes. We've had a couple of sort of wrenches thrown in where we've tried to figure out at the last minute, kind of scramble to put stuff together. But I do have to say, this year it feels like the smoothest year that we've had.
That's great.
Yeah, it feels really great. I mean, definitely as far as like myself and the students, I think we all feel as though we're pretty much on the same page. Sometimes there's, I think, a little bit of a miscommunication between the regents who I think sometimes have a different idea of kind of like what the tournament looks like, and the coaches and the students. So sometimes there's some miscommunication there. But no, I think for the most part, we feel really good, and we feel like we are ready to take home this trophy.
Oh, yes,
That's
we
awesome.
are.
Yeah. So after all the hard work and training, if you do win, what is the prize?
Yeah, so this is definitely a good news for anybody who's listening and is considering possibly competing. So the prize is this terribly ugly trophy that we have to that each one of the schools wins whenever they win, and that's the accumulation of the most points with all the students. But the students themselves, every student who participates gets $500 no matter what.
That's crazy. That's awesome.
That's nothing, because the third place winners get $5,000 each.
Oh, wow.
The second place winners get $12,000 each, and the first place winners get $15,000 each.
Oh my goodness.
So yeah, it is. It's a big prize, and it's not like it just goes straight to your tuition or something like that. It goes into your bank account, so you can do whatever you want with that money. Yeah, direct deposit.
Oh my
and
gosh.
it's there, and you could just use it.
So when you guys won last year, every person U of A that got first place got $15,000.
So our storytellers last year absolutely crushed it. The only people who ended up making it to the final rounds for storytellers were just U of A.
Oh wow! So do they compete against each other, or how does that
work?
Work?
They have to compete against each other, because that was it. There was no other way to do it.
Yeah.
So and then we took third last year. So we all our students got $5,000 for being able to place third.
So that's awesome.
So yeah, the further we get into the tournament, the more money that we end up getting. So yeah, so definitely if anybody's interested, if you're listening, send in an application because it's super cool.
And
That's
one
awesome.
last question for you, Ted.
Yeah.
I would say, what's the most thing you're excited for this weekend's Regent Cup?
So it's hosted at a different school every single year.
Yeah.
We hosted it last year. This year it's hosted at ASU. We've actually never been at ASU because the 1 year we were supposed to be was the year that COVID happened.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm actually really excited to see what ASU has put together for us. They are, as we know, our mortal enemies. So I would like to sort of see what it's like to play our enemies on their home turf. So I'm excited to see that. Yeah.
Yay. Well, thank you so much.
Yeah, and we have our contestants here, so we can talk to them.
Yeah,
Yes.
I'm so excited. To
Good luck to you as a coach.
Thank you.
This is your baby.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Now we have Aaron and Andy. Right. So now we have welcome back. So we have Aaron and Andy here to tell us just a little bit about how you guys have been preparing for the Regents Cup. What have been some challenges and struggles, and then also what are you guys most excited about?
Well, it's a pleasure to be back.
Yes, welcome back.
Thanks so much to UADebateSeries and our awesome team here, and especially our awesome debate coach Ted. It's been quite the adventure preparing for Regents Cup. We're shipping out tomorrow morning.
Wow.
Going up to ASU's downtown campus. Should be really nice setup over there. Just to echo what Ted had mentioned before, I think it'll be interesting to be on their turf. We're still gonna win an away game, but that's what it is. What it is. In terms of preparation, my partner Connor and I, we have been going back and forth talking about what our delivery looks like. You know, how are we gonna present ourselves to the audience? How are we gonna kind of morph our arguments depending on who's kind of staring at us in the judge box?
Yes.
A lot of different considerations there. So it's been a lot of more performance-based kind of feedback we've been incorporating, and also kind of just more hardcore, what evidence do we want to bring up? You know, how are we going to respond when the opposite side says something about whatever it is? So it's been kind of a two-pronged approach, but we've been keeping busy, as Aaron can attest to.
Yeah, to echo what Andy was saying with the practices and everything, same thing for us in terms of Desiree and I, my partner for debate, us working on our delivery a lot, trying to make sure that all of our arguments and our cases are concrete. And then I think just also being able to work and build up our chemistry over the past couple practices that we've had.
Yeah.
It's been really beneficial. I know Desiree and I are happy with the work that we've done, and we still have a lot of work that we're wanting to improve upon. So these last couple days will be that prep for Regents on Saturday, which is really exciting. As for, I don't know, like I know you asked about like challenges and things. I think just all of us working together as a whole cohesive group, also while being individual partners as well, has been something that we've all been working on. You know, like Andy and his partner Connor just debated Desiree and I on Tuesday, and then we'll be debating again tonight for our practice, and it's exciting just to see how we all work together, but then also in a way kind of work against each other to build each other up.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, for challenges and things, it's just we try to set those challenges for ourselves so that we can then grow, you know, past those and then prepare for Regents.
Yeah.
Right. Me and Nicole as interns, we've been coming to some of your guys' practices, and let me just say it's very entertaining.
It's very entertaining.
You,
and very
Andy,
impressive.
and Connor are hilarious. I'm not going to give away too much, but it's really funny.
No, and that's also what I was about to like jump off of. Since Elise and I watched your practice a couple Tuesdays ago, how would you say you've improved since that practice you watched?
Connor and I had a big issue not fully connecting with the audience at all times, and we've really turned ourselves around with that.
Good.
And it's just something I'm so hyper focused on. I'm almost tempted not even to look at my opponent half the time.
Yeah, that's definitely a good idea.
And the reason we're so focused on that is because the judges, part of that, and what you all have seen is that you want to be entertained. You want to just sit there and watch people just go at it. You know, when we want to see people fight, we go to a boxing match or whatever. You wanna be connected with the audience, and these are public policy issues that affect all of us. You know, college students, retirees, working professionals. So there's really something in it for everyone, and Connor and I really want to emphasize that you know, these ideas might be a bit dull and they might be a bit not always the most exciting thing on the planet to talk about. But if we're able to connect with the audience and really bring them in and say, hey, let's play with these ideas a bit. Let's debate why they make sense or why they don't make sense.
And like especially in like an entertaining way for your audience to see like how you're really showing that topic.
You guys' takes and spins on things. I was giggling. I was giggling last Tuesday. It was funny. So we want to talk to Erin a little bit. So we just kind of want some more insight about the storytelling aspect. I know you've been in on some of the practices. Are you doing the storytelling, or are you? What is your role in the storytelling?
I am competing in debate, but it's been exciting still to be able to work with the storytelling
perfect.
group.
Thank you for clarifying that.
Learn more from them. Yeah, of course. Storytelling is so much work as well. I know we've been talking about debate this whole time and how we've had all of these challenges or things that we've been working towards achieving, but storytelling is a whole different ball game in a way with what they're practicing and what they're working on for their speeches. And it's truly beautiful. I mean, like, they work on really the essence of the human condition and being able to see what all of us have in common, whether it's just us in this room or people across the world.
Right.
And they're able to make these connections that I think speak on such a scale that people, when they hear the stories, are going to see the power and all of the work that they've been putting into it. So it's been a cool experience.
Right.
And for the storytelling, is it like a general topic? Do they get to talk about whatever they want, or do they have topics that the judges give them, or like how does that like work on that aspect?
Yeah, the topic for this year is justice in everyday life, so they'll be kind of catering towards that theme, but all of their stories are very unique and individual to the experiences that they've had, but then they still are able to bridge that again to like that human essence that we all work on. But the theme this year is justice in everyday life.
Yeah.
That's awesome. That's a cool topic.
Yeah. And okay, what are you guys most nervous about for Regents Cup? I know we're on ASU's battlefield and we really want to beat them, so I know that that's pretty much like a really big like thing that you guys have to go through. Beating ASU, it's very competitive, so I just want to know what you guys are most nervous about.
Well, for me, this is my first year doing debate or any kind of public speaking. Andy, this is your second year with Regents?
Yeah, my second year.
Yeah, so a lot of people have the experience before. My partner Desiree did Lincoln Douglas debate, which is a different kind of debate in high school. So it's been cool to kind of see how my public speaking has grown and my own skills have increased. But I would say the biggest challenge or kind of like anxiety of mine in a way is just that nervousness of like, okay, like I don't know what I'm going into, but we've had such a strong foundation of practice and prep, and the team, like all of us are such a family, and I know it's like we can all rely on each other to get through like those moments of adversity. So I would say I'm nervous just to see how it all kind of pans out, but also excited because we prepared a lot.
Yeah, you guys have been prepping a lot. This is exciting.
I'm incredibly excited. As Erin was saying, I had the pleasure of doing Regents last year, and we were on our home turf here at the Eller College of Management, and I take all my classes in there, so I was in my element. I was in all the rooms I take all my econ courses in. So I think I'm a little nervous about that, of going up to ASU downtown and just, trying to figure out the space. It's going to be interesting. They've got really nice facilities, at least what I've been able to see online.
Yeah, is it at their law school at the ASU campus?
Correct.
Yeah.
The downtown campus has their law school. They've got all their public policy programs down there.
Yes.
And it'll be really nice to be in downtown Phoenix because it's right next to the federal courthouse and just different places that I've been to down there. I've just never been in ASU's campus itself.
Yeah.
So I think that's the one thing I'm a little nervous about is just
navigating the space.
Right, because I'm like a control freak. I need to like grab the desk and the table, and I need to shake the podium to make sure it doesn't fall
You're
on
like,
me.
I want to make sure we're good to go.
You gotta be comfy.
Right. So.
Well, and also I would say, as Ted being your guys' coach, what's like the biggest thing you've learned from him, especially with Erin, this being your first time debating, and like you've known him forever, Andy, so I feel like what's like the biggest like tip he's given you, or like challenges you've had with Ted or anything like that? We just want to hear about the coach and the debaters' relationship and everything like that.
Oh my goodness. Well, Ted is like the backbone of all of this, of Debate Series of Regents. He's set such a solid foundation for us to work from and be able to work into. And he's helped me kind of build my own confidence, and then also with Dr. Diana Leonard, who is the storytelling coach, she's done the same thing. And I think both of them are very cohesive in how they prep storytellers and debaters, and so it's been nice to be able to have like just a shoulder to cry on if I'm stressed or if I'm like, Ted, I don't know what I'm doing. Like he's like, it's okay, take a deep breath. So
Ted is the best.
He is the best. Yeah.
Yeah. Should we talk a little bit about the election?
Yeah.
Okay.
Andy.
Okay, yeah, hello, it's election day.
Yeah, so I'm running for student body president here on campus. Elections opened yesterday at 8 a.m. and they close tonight at 8 p.m.
Go vote.
Yes, please go vote. I am the underdog in this election. My opponent is very well connected. I'm better connected though, so I have the lead now, hopefully.
Yay!
Definitely.
Fingers
But
crossed.
it's been quite the ordeal.
Yeah, you've been a busy guy.
Lots of students don't know we even have a student government. So in
Yeah.
the same breath that I'm telling people, oh, go vote, they're like, who the
What?
hell are you and
Yeah.
what the hell am I voting for? And
Yeah.
I'm like, damn. So it's a lot of like educating people and then convincing them to go vote. So it's just been a lot of that kind of back and forth.
Right.
That's, if I could add on
yeah.
to that really quick, I feel like that's something that you hit really well with your campaign. It's just that transparency aspect because like no one really knows about ASUA or what they do.
I didn't know about
Yeah,
it.
same.
He said it in the group chat and I was
Andy's
like,
there.
what
I
is
know.
this?
It's just like you're there just to set it and show us all how it works, and it just I can see you being transparent, getting to know you from debate, but then also just being able to see how like Andy's able to make connections with like any student that I know. It's just so cool. So
Yeah.
I'm like the
That's
transparency
awesome.
aspect. I'm like, please go vote for Andy.
Right.
If you
If
hear
it makes
this.
you feel better, I don't even know who your
Opponent is. Yeah, sorry.
And that's a big, and that she's not really relevant in my opinion.
Yeah.
I'm just saying here that because no one knows, like I was on a phone call the other day with the president of the Interfraternity Council. He had no idea how student government works, and very smart guy, love Chuy Dominguez, great guy, shouting him out here. But even people that are so well connected on our campus know so much about many things, still don't know we have a student government.
Right.
So it's not a lack of intelligence. I mean,
Right.
everyone here is very intelligent people, very brilliant. So it's not because we're stupid. It's because the student government intentionally is like, we're just going to be shrouded in mystery
Right.
and run like we're a cartel or something.
So, going off of that, is that a part of the reason you wanted to run, just to kind of
make it
bigger? Or what were your reasons going into this initially?
So I was sitting at home a few months ago and I was horribly pissed off because I had gone online to find some random policy that I was thinking about. I'm going to law school, I'm a policy guy, we like to read stuff.
Right.
And I'm sitting there and I get so pissed off because I'm trying to navigate this stupid website, it keeps crashing, all the links are broken, it hasn't been updated since 2019, and then I call my friend and I'm like, I'm so fed up with this. And she's like, instead of complaining all the time, because I'm a big complainer myself,
Me too.
my friend Balana told me that, Andy, you just need to go and run and you need to fix all of it and you need to change it.
Oh.
And I said, sure.
We
I'll do
love that. Okay.
So
And
shout
you
out
got
to Balana for the kick in the ass.
And when did
Got
this
a
all
plan.
start? When did you decide, and what's like the process that you go through?
So, I think I decided in December. That's when I had my big meltdown of yelling at the computer and, reaching out to Balana. In January, I filed officially. I had one of my friends go out and collect signatures for me. I needed 150 signatures to qualify for the ballot. So that was easy, just reaching out to everyone I know in honors and econ and places like that. And it's been a grueling process since. We had primaries at the end of February, and obviously generals are now in this kind of second to last week in March. So it's been over a month-long process of just connecting and emailing and just really hitting home to people that you should care, and I'm the guy that's gonna make the change happen.
Definitely.
Yeah.
And between Regents Cup, school, and this, how do you manage all three of those?
I somehow make it work. It doesn't always work out as smoothly as I like it to. But I live in my calendar. Everything is there.
Yeah.
And I really, really emphasize that to people. Is just calendar every single thing when are you going to take lunch, when do you have this meeting, when is class, when are you gonna go work out, because those things are very important too, but just finding the time to do all that, it gets pretty rough sometimes.
Yeah,
definitely.
Totally understandable. Well, you're doing great.
Yeah, you are.
From what we see. You're an organized guy.
And one last thing for you, with everything going on, what is your biggest battle with your campaign? And like, why should we vote for you? For all the viewers listening, what makes you stand out against your opponent?
You all should vote for me because I'm currently not in student government. I am one of the few candidates that has no connection to student government whatsoever. My opponent is the current chief of staff to the current president, and my opponent and the rest of her folks, I won't say cronies because I'm trying to be nice here, they don't have any change to point to. They've been in their position since August. Nothing's changed. They haven't met any of their campaign goals from last cycle or whatever it was. And fundamentally, I want to start with basic things like revamping our social media, revamping our website, because it's so hard to navigate. Our social media is hot garbage. And in the social media age, I think that's unacceptable.
I agree.
It is.
Yeah.
I mean, I have friends whose Instagrams are, their own personal Instagrams look like 10,000 times better than our own student government. My Instagram looks better, and my Instagram's garbage in my opinion. So it's just, getting the marketing down pat like we do in debate series, like we do with Regents, just basic things like that. And then once we have that structure down of, okay, this is how we're gonna do our work properly, now let's go out and let's go listen to what student concerns are. I spoke for an hour yesterday with the president of the Pan-Hellenic Conference, and she had so much to say about how student government interacts with Greek life and how Greek life interacts with the university administration, things I'd never heard before. And she said, at the end of our phone call, she said, Andy, it was really a pleasure just to have someone listen to me.
Oh, wow.
And that's really what I want to do, is I just want to listen to people. Because right now, student government thinks it knows all the answers. I don't pretend to have any of those answers because, quite frankly, a lot of things we just don't know. I want to go out, I want to listen to people, and then implement what they want. It's really quite simple at the end of the day.
Well, that's awesome. You're just going to flip it upside down and redo it and do way better.
And would you say that your audience right now to get people to vote is Greek life? I see you talking a lot about Greek life. We've had conversations where you're like, I want to visit chapters and talk to them as a whole. Would you say you're trying to focus more on that? Because honestly, I feel like Greek life doesn't vote. So like, I do want to hear your opinion on that. Like, did you want to target them, or are you trying to target the audience?
The interesting thing with these elections, we only had 1,000 students vote in the primaries, and 1,000 students out of 40,000 undergrads is pretty abysmal. And most of those students that vote are students in poli-sci and in PPL, which is my other major, and that's because that's what we do with our time, is we talk about politics quite constantly. So it'd be kind of stupid if we didn't vote, because we're always talking about voting in real life. When I first started the campaign, I didn't intentionally go out of my way to contact everyone in Greek life, but as I was having more and more conversations with my friends and frats, I've got friends at honors too that are in sororities, and as I went through those conversations, I realized that no one's actually listening to the folks in Greek life, and there are a third or more percentage of students on campus in Greek life, and it kind of astounded me that my opponent and the people in student government were like, oh, they have their own governing councils, we don't really need to worry about them. And in my conversations, that's not true. I mean, they're all students too, they hail from different disciplines. Obviously, we've got, just different, Greek life has their houses, and we've got different governance structures there, but they're still part of the community too.
Definitely.
And the fact that, quite frankly, no one bothered reaching out just because they think they're all taken care of. I was like, this is horrendous. So I've been running around like mad the past few days, trying to get as much insight as possible and saying, hey, I'll be a voice for you all. I'll be a voice for all students regardless, but especially a large section of students that just don't feel like they're being heard.
Well, that's awesome. I think that we're gonna wrap it up. Thank you guys so much. We loved hearing your guys' point of views on everything. Good luck. Go vote.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Everyone, please go vote.
Yes.
It's asuatoday.arizona.edu, and I've been spamming the link to everyone as well.
We're there.
And we
You
will
got
be
it.
posting the link on our podcast video today if
you.
if it is posted today.
Yeah.
So
And
we'll
good-
be posting it.
Yeah, sorry.
No, you're good.
Oh, good luck to you guys this weekend.
We're so
Huge
excited.
weekend. Good luck at ASU. Let's beat them. Let's bring it home again. Those good prizes, the beautiful trophy. We're excited for you guys. Thank you so much.
Thank you
Thank
guys.
you
Thanks
so
so much,
much.
folks.